Are you making a critical mistake between 6 p.m. and bedtime that's destroying your sleep, and you don't even know it? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover 5 evening habits that are scientifically proven to cause insomnia in people over 60, including one mistake that most doctors never mention during appointments. Mistake number 3 has nothing to do with caffeine or screens. Yet research from Johns Hopkins shows it increases sleep disruption by 73% in seniors. This is information that could transform your nights starting today. Barbara, a 67-year-old from Tampa, suffered from insomnia for 3 years. She tried everything her doctor suggested. No caffeine after 2 p.m., keeping her room dark, going to bed at the same time. Nothing worked until she discovered she was making mistake number 2 every single evening at 7 p.m., and within 1 week of stopping, she was sleeping 6 hours straight for the first time in years. Mistake 1. Eating your largest meal. After 6 p.m., your digestive system after 60 doesn't work like it did at 40, and eating heavy dinners late is forcing your body to choose between digestion and sleep. This isn't just about feeling full or experiencing heartburn. What's happening inside your body is far more serious. When you eat a large meal late in the evening, your body diverts massive amounts of blood flow and energy to your digestive system right when it should be preparing for sleep. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that this digestive process keeps your core body temperature elevated for up to 3 hours after eating. And here's the critical part most people miss. Your body absolutely must lower its core temperature by at least 2 degrees to transition into deep sleep stages. The Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine published a comprehensive study tracking over 800 adults aged 60 to 75, and the findings were clear. Seniors who ate their largest meal after 6 p.m. experienced 64% more difficulty falling asleep compared to those who finished eating by 5:30 p.m. But it gets worse. These late eaters also woke up an average of 2.3 times more per night, and their deep sleep stages were reduced by nearly half. Deep sleep is when your body repairs tissues, strengthens your immune system, and consolidates memories. Without it, you're not just tired the next day, you're accelerating aging itself. Gastroenterologists at Johns Hopkins explain that after age 60, your stomach produces less acid and your digestive muscles slow down significantly, meaning food sits in your stomach much longer than it did when you were younger. Kenneth, a 64-year-old from Columbus, ate his favorite steak dinners at 8 p.m. every night and couldn't understand why he woke up at 2 a.m. with severe acid reflux and a racing heart. His doctor finally connected the dots. His body was still working overtime to digest that heavy meal hours after he went to bed, keeping him in a state of metabolic arousal that prevented restful sleep. Within 2 weeks of shifting his main meal to lunch and eating only light protein and vegetables for an early dinner, Kenneth reported sleeping through the night consistently for the first time in 2 years. Here's your immediate solution, and it's simpler than you think. Finish your largest meal by 6 p.m. at the absolute latest. If circumstances force you to eat later, keep that meal light. We're talking about portions no larger than the size of your palm. Avoid red meat entirely after 5 p.m. because it takes up to 4 hours to digest. Skip fried foods, heavy cream sauces, and anything spicy. Instead, choose grilled fish, chicken breast, or plant-based protein with steamed vegetables. If you feel hungry before bed, a small handful of almonds or a few slices of turkey breast won't disrupt your sleep. But stay away from anything requiring serious digestive effort. Make this change tonight. Your body will thank you by morning. Mistake 2. Taking long evening naps after 5 p.m. Do you find yourself resting your eyes on the couch after dinner while the TV plays in the background? This seemingly innocent habit is one of the most destructive things you can do to your nighttime sleep, and most people have no idea they're creating their own insomnia. Every human being builds up what sleep scientists call sleep pressure throughout the day. Think of it like filling a gas tank. From the moment you wake up, chemicals in your brain, particularly adenosine, start accumulating. This build-up creates an increasing drive to sleep that peaks in the evening and helps you fall asleep quickly at bedtime. But here's what happens when you nap late in the day. You drain that tank partially, releasing some of that precious sleep pressure, and then wonder why you can't fall asleep when you actually want to later that night. Harvard Medical School's Division of Sleep Medicine has spent decades studying how napping affects nighttime sleep in older adults. Their research is unambiguous. Even a 20 to 30-minute nap after 5 p.m. can reduce your sleep pressure enough to delay sleep onset by 1 to 2 hours. For many seniors, that late afternoon drowsiness feels irresistible, but giving into it creates a vicious cycle. You nap at 7 p.m., feel refreshed enough to stay up until midnight, then can't fall asleep, wake up exhausted the next morning, and feel compelled to nap again the following evening. The National Sleep Foundation's guidelines are crystal clear on this. If you must nap, do it before 3 p.m. and limit it strictly to 20 minutes maximum. Diane, a 71-year-old from Portland, fell into this exact trap. Every evening at 7 p.m., she'd settle into her recliner to watch her favorite shows. And within minutes, she'd drift off for what she thought was just a few minutes. In reality, she was sleeping for 45 minutes to an hour, and then she couldn't fall asleep at her normal bedtime of 10 p.m. She'd lie awake until 1 or 2 a.m., frustrated and anxious, which only made the problem worse. Once she understood the science and forced herself to stay active during those evening hours, even if it meant just walking around her house or folding laundry, her nighttime sleep improved dramatically within just 5 days. Your solution is straightforward, but requires discipline. If you feel extremely tired before 3 p.m., set an alarm and allow yourself exactly 20 minutes to rest, not a minute more. After 5 p.m., you must stay active no matter how tired you feel. This doesn't mean you need to exercise vigorously. Simply stand up during commercials, wash a few dishes, organize a drawer, or take a short walk around your home. Keep your body moving and your mind engaged. If you're watching TV, choose something slightly stimulating rather than boring documentaries that lull you to sleep. The drowsiness you feel at 7 p.m. will pass within 20 minutes if you stay upright and active. And that sleep pressure will rebuild even stronger to help you sleep deeply when you actually want to at bedtime. Stop the evening nap habit today and watch how quickly your night's sleep transforms. Mistake 3. Drinking regular water in large amounts after 7 p.m. Here's what most doctors won't tell you during your appointments because they're focused on making sure you stay hydrated. Yes, drinking enough water is absolutely crucial for your health, but drinking 16 to 20 ounces of water after 7 p.m. virtually guarantees you'll wake up multiple times during the night to use the bathroom. And those interruptions are destroying the quality of your sleep. This is the mistake that doctors rarely mention, yet it's one of the most common reasons seniors experience fragmented sleep. Most physicians emphasize hydration so strongly that they forget to explain the timing matters just as much as the quantity. Research from the National Institute on Aging reveals something critical about how bladder function changes after 60. Your bladder capacity decreases significantly with age. The average bladder holds about 16 ounces in your 40s, but only about 10 to 12 ounces by your late 60s. Simultaneously, your kidneys become more active at night, producing more urine while you sleep. Cleveland Clinic urologists explain that this combination means even moderate fluid intake in the evening will trigger multiple nighttime bathroom trips. But here's why this matters so much more than just being annoying. Each time you wake up to urinate, you interrupt your sleep cycle. Sleep occurs in 90-minute cycles, moving from light sleep to deep sleep to REM sleep and back. When you wake up during deep sleep or REM sleep, your body must start the cycle over, and you never achieve the restorative sleep your brain and body desperately need. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine published findings showing that seniors who wake up 2 or more times nightly for bathroom trips get only 30% of the deep sleep they need, even if they're in bed for 8 hours. This sleep fragmentation is directly linked to increased risk of falls, memory problems, weakened immune function, and even higher rates of depression. Your body repairs itself during deep sleep. It's when growth hormone is released to repair tissues, when your immune system strengthens, and when your brain clears out toxic proteins that accumulate during the day. Without adequate deep sleep, you're not just tired, you're compromising your long-term health. Vincent, a 69-year-old from Tucson, drank 3 full glasses of water between 7 and 10 p.m. because his doctor told him to drink 8 glasses daily and he'd get busy during the day and forget. He woke up 4 times every single night to urinate and felt exhausted every morning, despite being in bed for 8 hours. His wife finally suggested he might be drinking too much too late, and when Vincent shifted his hydration schedule, drinking most of his water before 6 p.m. and taking only tiny sips in the evening, he cut his nighttime wake-ups in half within the first week. Here's your actionable solution. Front-load your hydration throughout the day. Drink a full glass when you wake up, another mid-morning, one with lunch, one mid-afternoon, and another by 5 p.m. That's 5 glasses right there, and you've met most of your daily needs before evening even starts. After 7 p.m., limit yourself to tiny sips only when your mouth feels dry. We're talking about a total of no more than 4 to 6 ounces for the entire evening. Keep a small 4-ounce cup by your bed for genuine thirst, not a large water bottle. If you take evening supplements or vitamins, take them by 6 p.m. with dinner instead of at bedtime. This single adjustment can dramatically reduce nighttime wake-ups. Adjust your drinking schedule starting tomorrow morning. This simple change can cut nighttime bathroom trips in half within 1 week. Mistake 4. Engaging in heated or stressful conversations. After 8 p.m., are you discussing bills, family problems, or watching upsetting news right before bed? This habit triggers a biological stress response in your body that makes quality sleep impossible. Yet millions of seniors do this every single evening without realizing the damage. When you engage in stressful conversations or consume anxiety-producing content in the evening, your brain doesn't distinguish between a real physical threat and an emotional one. It triggers the exact same fight-or-flight response, flooding your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline that take hours to dissipate. The American Psychological Association has conducted extensive research on evening stress and sleep quality in older adults. Their findings show that stressful interactions after 8 p.m. trigger cortisol levels that remain elevated for 2 to 3 hours, keeping your brain in a state of high alert when it should be winding down for sleep. Johns Hopkins researchers studied brain activity in seniors exposed to evening stress and found that their minds remained active, processing those conversations for hours after the interaction ended, even when they were lying in bed trying to sleep. This creates a cycle of rumination, replaying the conversation, thinking of what you should have said, worrying about the problem that's absolutely incompatible with sleep onset. Carol, a 66-year-old from Charleston, had nightly phone calls with her daughter at 9 p.m. discussing ongoing problems with Carol's grandchildren. These conversations were important and necessary, but the timing was destroying Carol's sleep. She'd hang up the phone, feeling worried and upset, and her mind would race with concerns until well past midnight. She'd lie in bed thinking about solutions, playing out scenarios, and feeling increasingly anxious. Even on nights when she eventually fell asleep, her sleep was restless and filled with stressful dreams. When Carol moved these important conversations to morning phone calls, she was shocked by how much faster she fell asleep and how much more rested she felt. Your solution requires setting firm boundaries to protect your evening peace. Establish what sleep experts call a stress curfew at 7 p.m. After this time, Refuse to discuss finances, family conflicts, health concerns, or anything that creates worry or anger. If someone wants to discuss a serious topic, politely but firmly say, "This is important and deserves my full attention. Let's talk about it tomorrow morning when I'm fresh." Turn off news programs by 8 p.m. The world's problems will still be there tomorrow, but your sleep health cannot wait. Switch to light entertainment, nature programs, or gentle comedy. If you live with someone who wants to discuss stressful topics in the evening, have a calm conversation during the day, explaining that you need to protect your sleep by avoiding difficult topics after 7 p.m. Most people will understand and respect this boundary once you explain it. Protect your evening peace starting tonight. Your sleep quality depends on it. Mistake 5. Keeping your bedroom temperature above 68 degrees. Your body needs to drop its core temperature by 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit to fall asleep. But if your bedroom is too warm, this critical process never happens, and you'll lie awake feeling restless without understanding why. This is pure biology, not preference. Your body's circadian rhythm naturally lowers your core temperature in the evening as part of preparing you for sleep. But when your environment is too warm, your body can't achieve this temperature drop, and your brain interprets this as a signal to stay awake and alert. Sleep research from Stanford University's Center for Sleep Sciences has identified the optimal bedroom temperature range for adults over 60, between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Their studies show that seniors sleeping in rooms warmer than 70 degrees take an average of 34 minutes longer to fall asleep and experience 41% less deep sleep compared to those sleeping in cooler rooms. The Sleep Research Society explains that temperature regulation becomes less efficient as we age. Our bodies don't adjust to temperature changes as quickly or effectively as they did when we were younger. This means the bedroom temperature that felt comfortable at age 40 might now be preventing quality sleep at age 65. Walter, a 72-year-old from Michigan, kept his bedroom thermostat at 74 degrees because he was trying to save money on heating costs and thought he was being practical. But he spent hours every night tossing and turning, kicking off blankets, then pulling them back on, never finding a comfortable equilibrium. His sleep was fragmented and unsatisfying. When his grandson, a medical student, explained the science of sleep temperature, Walter reluctantly lowered his bedroom temperature to 67 degrees. Within just 2 nights, he noticed a dramatic difference in how quickly he fell asleep and how much more rested he felt in the morning. Your solution is immediate and straightforward. Set your bedroom temperature between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit 1 hour before bedtime. If heating or cooling your entire home is expensive, close vents in other rooms and focus temperature control on your bedroom only. Use a small fan to circulate air. The gentle white noise actually helps sleep too. If you're worried about feeling cold, wear lightweight cotton pajamas and use layered blankets you can adjust, but keep the room air itself cool. Your extremities, your hands and feet, might feel slightly cool, and that's actually ideal. Avoid heavy comforters that trap heat. If cost is genuinely prohibitive, open a window slightly even in winter or use a fan to create airflow. Some seniors resist this because they associate warmth with comfort, but temperature science is clear. Your body absolutely requires a cool environment to sleep deeply. Adjust your thermostat tonight. This single change could transform your sleep quality within 48 hours. You've just learned 5 evening mistakes that scientific research directly links to insomnia in people over 60. Eating heavy meals late, taking evening naps after 5 p.m., drinking too much water after 7 p.m., engaging in stressful conversations, and keeping your bedroom too warm. The powerful truth is this: every single one of these mistakes can be corrected tonight. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated routines. Small, immediate changes to your evening habits can restore the deep, restful sleep your body desperately needs. Sleep isn't a luxury at our age. It's essential for heart health, brain function, immune strength, and maintaining your independence and quality of life. If this information opened your eyes to mistakes you've been making, hit that like button right now. It helps us reach more seniors who desperately need this information. Here's my question for you. Which of these 5 mistakes have you been making? Drop a comment with the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I read every single comment, and your answer might help another viewer realize they're not alone. Subscribe to this channel if you want more health truths that actually work for people over 60. No gimmicks, just verified medical research explained simply. Share this video with a friend or family member who struggles with sleep, because tonight could be the first night in years they sleep through until morning. And your small action of sharing could genuinely change someone's life.